It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That is Bad Moon Rising featuring Doug Aldrich on guitar with the belligerent stance that goes out to Damon in our chat room. And Doug Aldrich, just super talented guy. You know, obviously been in many projects, be it Lion or Bad Moon Rising or Whitesnake or, you know.
He's currently in one of my favorite bands that I can't wait for their album to come out next month or the month after, whatever it is. The Dead Daisies.
Okay.
He's in that band. What a band that is. It's him, Brian Tichy, Marco Mendoza, some other guitar player, and John Corabi.
Nice.
What a good band.
Yeah.
And they just released a new song yesterday.
Okay.
Fucking killer, man. Awesome. Can't wait for that.
Well, I've hung out with Doug on a couple of occasions, and he's been here on the show during Whitesnake, you know, when he was in Whitesnake for a while. And
when he was with Dio, too, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. He was with Killing the Dragon. I think he came on for that, too. And super nice guy.
Sure, he is. Good guy, very talented.
Yes, very talented. He just rips on guitar. So, yeah, he's
one of the most underrated guys.
Absolutely. He's not a guy that, you know, he doesn't get the recognition like a George Lynch or an Eddie Van Halen or any of those guys, but just as talented, if not more so.
Yeah, he's unbelievable player.
I agree. So, yeah, I love Doug Aldridge. I like all his projects that he's in, and he just rips on guitar. Everything he does, he just tears it up.
Yep, he's solid.
Yeah, so anyway. All right, well, we got a couple of quick emails, and then we'll get into something else here.
Oh, okay.
I always try to give props to the people who will take a few minutes to send us a note.
Okay.
And, you know, get their input and whatnot. And, you know, lately the fans have been even more interactive than they have in a while. So I'd like to give them the opportunity to shine. All right, well, here's a couple emails.
All right, let's go.
It's time for the Classic Metal Show to start begging for email.
What the hell is email?
Death sent me an email.
Well, when you figure it out, email me.
And here's your loser beggars, Neely and Chris.
You've got mail.
All right, this email dates back a couple weeks. We didn't get to it, but this one comes from John from England.
All right.
I think he's the guy who called us at one time from the broom closet.
Okay.
He says, guys, after the blood test with Chicks Chat, blisters on the labia. Man, I'd call my rock band that. Nasty. Blisters on the labia.
Blisters on the labia.
Yeah. Hail and kill. Tooth a hurdy. Fuck you, pals. Hand job, John from England.
Thank you, John.
Tooth a hurdy.
Tooth a hurdy. That's a fucking reach back.
Just about 3 weeks.
Jesus, tooth a hurdy.
All right, this next one comes from Marcos Masari.
Okay.
Hey, Big Chief and Chris. I guess that's me, Big Chief.
Big Chief.
I'm Big Chief, and you're Chris the Animal Aiken.
Wow.
Yes. Hey, Big Chief and Chris the Animal Aiken.
Hello.
Just wanted to drop a line and say that I really enjoy the CMS. Typing from Sayreville, New Jersey. Yet, when my wife and I moved here, I didn't realize I was moving into Little India. Or its real folk name, San Niggerville.
All right, I just want to make one thing clear. That, as far as I'm aware, is not the official name. As far as I know, maybe I'm wrong, but Sayreville, New Jersey has not been officially renamed San Niggerville. Have you heard anything?
I am not aware of it, no.
Okay, so I doubt very highly on any highway do you see Exit 5, San Niggerville.
Yeah, welcome to San Niggerville.
No, I don't think that sign exists yet.
Yes. What prompts people to write us things like this?
I love it. I love that our fans are so fucking racist.
I think in general, probably most of us are racist in some way, shape, or form, but because of political correct society, we have to keep that under wraps.
Well, am I wrong in thinking that in the history of recorded civilization, there's always been
always
racial divide? There's
Of course.
always been persecution based on being different than everybody else.
Sure.
So why is that different? Why should that be any different now?
It isn't.
Well, it is in the politicians' eyes.
Yeah, well, yeah, but the thing is that there's this blanket that shrouds everyone that says no, you can't do that. But deep down within, we're just like, you know what? Fuck that nigger.
Well, I'm going to say that's.
I may not say that out loud, and I may not espouse that in public, but deep down inside, that's what I'm thinking.
Here's the wow. Here, I always go back to the simple thought. If you put 4 races, pick any 4, doesn't matter which 4. If you put 4 races, you had 100 people, and you put 25 in each race, and you locked them all in a room, and you waited an hour, they would segregate themselves.
They would gravitate toward their own.
Right.
Yeah,
They'd
absolutely.
not intermingle.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
I'm not saying, unlike Neely, I'm not saying that when I see a black guy, I think to myself,
I don't think
"Hey,
that.
nigger."
No, again, I don't think that. My thing, and I've made this very clear, and I believe this wholeheartedly. I am not a racist based on skin color.
Right.
I may be a racist based on behavior.
You're a behavioralist.
That's it.
Yeah.
Period.
I'm a behavioralist.
That's it.
Yeah.
If
I
you are a
definitely judge
despicable person, I don't care what race you are.
Right.
If you're a despicable person, I'm not going to like you.
Yeah, I definitely judge people by behavior, but not by race.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
I saw that little cartoon that was posted on your Facebook this week that made me laugh and laugh.
Which one?
The one where the guy says, I don't believe women should have any rights, and I think all gays should be hanged. And the girl says, You're a
Republican.
No, she says, you're an intolerant asshole. You're probably a Republican.
Right.
And he says, no, that's just my belief because I'm a Muslim. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. I hope you don't think I'm a Islamophobe.
Right.
So in one context, it's perfectly fine. In the other context, no, you're an intolerant asshole.
That's right.
Why aren't they all intolerant assholes?
You would think.
I hope you don't think I'm an Islamophobe.
Yeah, easy.
Because I find your behavior and your belief system despicable.
More than anything, I love the women that are fucking pro-Muslim.
Yeah, I know.
Meanwhile, they fucking get put in the middle of a circle and stoned for half the shit that they do.
Well, again, it's this whole political correctness that don't make me look to be like the bad guy here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Meanwhile, they don't look at the fucking culture that they're trying to defend.
Right.
Don't give a fuck about political correctness.
Right.
They only give a fuck about their hard and heavy rules.
Exactly.
Stupid.
All right. Getting back to the email.
Yeah.
So many friggin' Patels and Durkas here that clearly there's some sort of curry muncher mafia lingering close by.
Just going to say, this guy sounds a touch racist.
I'm thinking that Marcos here is a fan of Indian Tales.
Yes, I don't think Marcos is a fan of India, though.
No. He is a fan of Indian Tales, though.
Right.
Prior to my involvement with the Indians, I bet you didn't really know much about them, did you?
I really didn't.
But now that it's been brought to light, you're just like, you know what? I can't stand the Indian culture.
Not gonna lie, I get a call at least once a week from fucking Patel Kamish or whatever that wants to fucking partner with me in web work, and I don't even ever answer.
No.
Nope, not interested.
I'll be honest with you. In my business, when I get a lead that says Patel or Yes Now or something like that, I don't even follow up.
My answer is generally thank you and fuck you.
Yeah.
Not interested.
It's like, you know what? I'm not going to waste my time because I know you're going to run me around. You're going to shop me and you're going to do all kinds of things. It's like, fuck you. I'm not even going to broach that at all.
Yeah. Well, for me, my thing is, if they don't do their work, how am I going to what am I going to do? I'm going to have to do it myself. You know, I can't, what am I going to do? Fly to India? Beat somebody? Nah. Fuck you.
So does that make me racist because I just automatically recognize the name and go, you know what? I know what this person is about?
Well, here's the thing. There's a misconception on racism. People like to perceive that racism is just blindly that racism, it doesn't matter what people do to earn that label. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I often see the term, well, that's because you don't want brown people here.
Yeah. But that's not based on, I'm going to put this, I'm struggling to find the words. You have specific experience.
Yeah, I have personal experience with a culture.
With Indian people, multiple Indian people, like a dozen or more, to where you have a sample section of that culture.
Yes.
Of Indian people.
It's not because they're brown, and it's not because they're from India. It's because of their it's because their behavior and their cultural ideology.
Mm-hmm. Now, by half the people's standards out there, most of them that will be voting for fucking Hillary, you would be racist. By the rest of us that have an ounce of common sense, you would be behavioralist. And that said, if I recommended Patesh Gamel to you, and I said, you know, I've known Patesh for fucking 15 years.
Right.
He's not going to fucking dick you around like everybody else. You would probably work with him.
Yeah, because I respect your input.
Exactly. So you are not racist that you wouldn't work with any Indians.
No.
But because of the behavior of some, you need validation to work with any of them.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's behavioralist.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, originally heard you guys on YouTube about 2 years ago, and I really dig the news stories and the unapologetic, unfiltered format.
Thank you.
It's definitely made my commute to and from work way more entertaining, so thanks to that.
You're welcome.
I like that, how people listen to us on their way to and from work.
Love it. Because they can't, what's their other alternative? Hey, everybody, it's 72 degrees here, and oh my God, we're going to do something wacky today. We're going to drink wee for wee. Ugh. No one wants to hear that anymore.
Right? Sure. Bob Leather is fucking hilarious, and I could easily listen to that guy all day. We agree.
Yeah, we do agree.
You should get both the real Jeff Tate and the real Tim James in on a conference call to discuss things musically legitimate. Musically legitimate.
That's funny.
That is funny. The West Def Leppard cruise debacle was stellar, and the recent The Tranny General Population story made me laugh so hard I almost drove off the road.
And that was in a show you thought sucked.
Yeah, I did. I agree. Anyway, keep the laughs coming, and Tim James will keep swallowing.
Jesus.
Hail and pal. Fuck you, Mr. Jeff.
Wow.
P.S. Jackal rocks.
Well, look at that. Jackal got a fan.
Yeah, how about that?
Or is it the band Jackal?
I'm thinking the band. It just says Jackal.
I'm thinking it's Jim.
Could be Jim.
It's Jim Jackal.
Jackal 1.
Jackal 1.
Yeah. So anyway, there's Marcos. Marcos from New Jersey.
Well, thank you for checking in, Marcos.
So Marcos, good email. Let's see here. Shad checked in. Shad, the truck driver.
Oh, Shad.
He commented on the story about that when I was at your Man Palace during your book release. About the transgender who was getting raped constantly.
Right.
The story about getting raped. Shad says, "Hail and kill. How about that dumb bitch stop fucking doing shit that puts him in prison? Then you wouldn't have to worry about getting raped. Dumb bitch. Fuck her. She did the crime. Bend over and do the time. Hail and kill." I love the compassion of our fans.
He's politically correct.
Yes.
She.
Yes.
He did what President Obama would like.
Right. That just proves to me again and again, people out there are fucking sick and tired of the bullshit in this country.
Of course they are.
They are tired of it.
If they weren't tired of it, Donald Trump would have no chance. He would have no audience. He would have nothing.
Yes.
He would be at like 3%. He would be at fucking John Kasich numbers.
You're right.
He would, but people are so sick of fucking political correct horse shit that they're willing to vote for anything that doesn't do that.
I agree. So there's a couple of emails for you.
That's good.
Just thought I'd share that.